going to bring in Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera senior political analyst. Now, he joins us from Doha. Marwan, Qatar's Prime Minister also talked about the reluctance to rebuild Gaza without a proper plan for sustained peace in the Strip. I mean, that potentially could slow down reconstruction efforts, couldn't it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, those dramatic reports we've just watched a few minutes earlier, the way cement has been mixed with human blood, turning an entire neighborhood, cities, camps, homes into cemeteries. I mean, that in and by itself is going to be a huge challenge to clear up, and while maintaining the dignity of the dead and the honor of their loved ones. So, and you heard people there saying, we just don't have the tools. And we're already starting that process, and you know that it's going to be challenging moving forward. Millions of tons of debris, and that's just to clear the destruction that Israel caused. There is so much to build, and I'm not talking here about the human spirit that will need reviving. I'm talking about basic things like the hospitals and the schools and the clinics and the universities, and certainly the homes of people. We are in the middle of winter, and it's really cold out there. So really, it's going to be challenging, and the foreign minister is absolutely correct about the challenge moving forward and the need for more than just Qatar to talk about it, to address it, to focus on it, and to try their best, whether they are Arab countries or other countries, to just start chipping in and, as you said, plan about how exactly to do it as we enter the second phase.
Yeah, Marwan, like you say, looking at these pictures of just utter destruction, entire neighbourhoods, communities completely gone. It's not going to take months. It will take years and years to start rebuilding Gaza. Where does the investment need to come from? Who needs to step up now?
You know, we keep talking about the international community, right? Which really is becoming more and more of a meaningless term until and unless the United States and Russia and China and European Union and others step in and try to do something. I found it kind of interesting that I think President Trump said something about helping out in the reconstruction of Gaza, which also probably would mean that a whole number of Gulf countries and Arab countries and certainly European countries and other well-to-do countries around the world needs to chip in. And I say they need to, they must do, not just because this is the responsibility of the international community. I dare say it's because Gaza has been ignored. The world has turned its back on Gaza the past 15 months as Israel carried its genocide and destroyed the Gaza Strip. And at least, that's the least now the so-called international community can do now, is basically just try and rebuild. But again, the foreign minister is correct to say, we cannot just keep building and rebuilding and rebuilding and Israel destroying and destroying and destroying. You know, some of those several neighborhoods or blocks of residential buildings in Gaza were built, for example, by the Qataris and other countries. And each and every time Israel destroys them. So someone has to put an end to Israel's impunity. People are not going to be investing millions, billions of dollars in Palestine as Israel destroyed them. And look what they're doing in the West Bank now. Look at what they're doing in Jenin. It's like turning Jenin to another Jabalia, turning the West Bank to another Gaza. Again with impunity, again with international indifference, again with American complicity. This has to stop.
Marwan, as always, thank you so much for your time and insight. Marwan Bishara, Al Jazeera's senior political analyst for us.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.